welcome back to my channel. So today I am sitting in front of my big mirror and the window, and I thought I would kind of film for you guys what I do with my day-to-day makeup routine. And this is just kind of something that I thought, okay, I'm getting ready for work, I'm getting ready to head out the door, so I might as well film this for you guys. So that is what I did, and this is the look right here. It's pretty, you know, easy and simple, just a quick few little things here and there, and it's good to go. Sorry, my head is kind of foggy this morning. I'm not quite sure why. My cat is also sitting next to my camera, so I'm a little bit worried he's gonna knock my camera over. If you guys want to see how I do my everyday makeup look, then please keep on watching. Right now, I did put oil on my skin this morning. Typically what I try to do is mix my baby skin with my H2O Fresh Dewy primers from JCat and Maybelline. This is what they look like, but today I'm just going to use this one. If I do use oils or a thicker moisturizer on my face in the morning, then I typically only do my Maybelline one. And I really like this just because it helps with my pores and kind of making everything look really smooth and kind of airbrushed. And I just take a little bit and I rub it all the way over my face. I like to just kind of blend it in with everything because I still do have that oil and stuff like sitting on top of my skin a little bit. And then what I like to do is go in with my damp beauty blender and just kind of push it into the skin to make sure that everything's really settling into my pores. That way it doesn't look super cakey or bumpy or anything like that. And around my nose especially, because my corners right here really push in, like they have a really big divot into my skin. I really try to make sure that I'm going around that area quite a bit to make sure everything is pushed in, because I can get a lot of buildup in the inner corner of my nose and nobody wants that. Okay, so next what I do is I'm going in with my LA Girl Pro Conceal Concealer, and I'm just gonna kind of go over any blemishes or I guess imperfections on the face, because I did get rid of the blemishes. But I like to use this before I put on my foundation just to add a little bit of extra coverage. I did used to have the green concealer, but I ran out and I need to get more. So this is what I've been doing lately. And then I just hit areas that look a little bit more red or discolored as well, just to kind of help make sure that when I'm putting on my foundation, it looks like a more even skin tone instead of uneven and having to really pile on the concealer again. Obviously, it is a little bit more makeup than normal, but I try not to go really heavy with my foundation, and then when I go in with my concealer again, I try not to do super heavy. Just a little bit that it's gonna cover up. I mean, I really do try to go for the more natural looking skin, but obviously I don't want red spots just like coming out at you. Next, I'm gonna go in with my Josie Maran Vibrancy foundation. I am in the shade Supernatural RG10. I am just taking this and dotting it around my face. One, I don't want to use my fingers as much, and two, I don't know, it's just what I do and it works for me. So I'm gonna go back in with my damp beauty blender. I'm taking the fat side and just pushing this into the skin and really blending it in. I like this foundation because it does have more of that natural glow instead of a matte finish. I'm not really big on like looking completely matte. I like my skin to look like it's glowing a little bit and youthful. I feel like it really is something that I want to keep in my skin, as that youthful appearance. Okay, so that is that, and now I'm going to go back in with the same concealer I used and just kind of highlight the areas on my face I want to highlight and cover up the same areas that I had originally covered up just a little bit more. It's really just this guy right here. Now, right now I am trying to cover up the hairs that are growing in the center of my brows, because I think I'm going to try to let that inner corner grow in a little bit more so that they're like, I don't know, closer to my eye, because I feel like I just took a really big chunk out and it should be like here instead of here. So I'm going through that process right now, and it kind of stinks because it almost makes me feel like I have a little bit of a unibrow, but I don't. I mean, it's just the hair growing back in. So I've personally never tried to grow my eyebrows back in this way, so this will be a challenge for me because I keep going back and forth on whether or not I want to get rid of that, but I really do want it to grow in, so I might as well just do it now and get it over with. I'm just going back in with that same beauty blender. And now when I'm doing this, I'm not like pushing as hard or like going really, you know, deep into the skin. I'm just lightly patting on the surface because I do want that coverage to stay there too. Like, look at that. It amazes me how much like this just brightens up your face, and it's not a lot. It really does make such a difference. I mean, some days if I just like want to have something little on, this is really all I will do, and then brush up my eyebrows. Okay, so that is that. Now what I like to do right after I do that is just go in with my setting powder. This is the RCMA. Take my Morphe E3 brush. It's just a really big fluffy brush. And I like to set under my neck first, just because that's where more of my imperfections are, or I guess scars are, and I really want to make sure that they kind of stay covered through the day. Ooh, that was a lot. And everywhere that I just put this powder, which usually I don't go in with that much, I don't know what happened today, but I went just over all the areas that we had really just concealed to make sure everything's in there, and then I'm just gonna brush it over the whole face with the extra that I have, since I did go in kind of heavy. I didn't really mean to. Try not to do too much around the eyes just because my eyelids have been super dry lately. I gotta do it to at least set it a little bit. So this is when you look ghost white, like I was trying to say earlier. But we're gonna add a little bit of color back into the face. I'm gonna go in with my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, and I take my Morphe M527 brush. Ugh, looks just like this. And I just kind of warm up the face. I just realized I wasn't even saying anything. I'm like so used to doing this every day. So what I did was just kind of bronzed up the cheeks, went on the forehead to kind of bring some warmth back in there. And then I like to just do under the chin because right now I have this lovely thing that I'm trying to get rid of. So it really kind of helps to camouflage that a little bit more by giving it a little bit of a shadow there. And then what I like to do is contour my nose with this as well. And I take my Morphe M208 brush. It's just a really thin, kind of dense brush. And I go in and just kind of follow the line of my nose. Can you guys see that? And for me, I do go in a little bit heavier on the nose, especially with this brush being a little bit more dense. So I like to kind of go back and forth and over it a little bit to help blend that out. Any extra I just put right there under the lip. And then I do like to go back in with my damp beauty blender and just go over the nose area so it looks a little bit more blended, because I don't want it to look like, you know, just two straight lines down the nose. So that is that with the face. Now I'm gonna go into my eyes, and I just take an eyelash curler. I can zoom you guys in. Okay, so I just take this eyelash curler, got it from Meijer for like $3 or something like that. And I am just gonna curl my lashes real quick. I think that my face routine is typically pretty quick because this is where I spend the majority of my time, is on my eyelashes. I'm really OCD in particular about them. I don't want them to look too clumped together or too chunky or anything like that. And I do like to have them pretty nicely curled so that way they kind of stay up all day, because my eyelashes like to grow out straight and I feel like they really push down throughout the day. So yeah, that's great. Okay, so next what I am gonna do, I bought this little like 4-piece mascara kit, and I like to take the Plump and Curl mascara wand first because it's curled, so I feel like I can kind of set that curl that we just did in our lashes in place. Half the reason I feel like this takes me so long too is because when I used to do this, I used to do my mascara first and then everything else, but it's easier for me to blend in like any concealer or anything that I need to around my eyes when I don't have mascara on. So now I have to be a little bit more careful and precise about it, because I used to not care and my eyes would be like all black around my eye area, because I just go crazy with my mascara to make sure I was getting everything right and not really caring where it went. Well, now you gotta kind of care. My outer corners of my lashes really like to push down, especially in this eye, so it takes me a second. I'm gonna go in with this one. This is a 3-in-1 mascara, but I really like it because the wand is kind of like more fatter, so I feel like it gives me a little bit more volume and everything compared to the other one that was mainly there to help curl them, kind of plump them up. This is really difficult for me because usually my face is like literally like right in the mirror like this, but I'm trying to get it to where you guys can see kind of what I'm doing too. So I feel like I'm not getting all my lashes, and that's why it's taking me a little bit longer. I told you I'm OCD about this stuff. That is my lashes. Now what I'm gonna do is I am going to go in with a brow gel, and it is actually tinted, just because I have liked using this a little bit more just to help kind of fill in my brow and put that color in there at the same time, instead of me doing the crayon and then setting it with the gel and everything. It's just kind of like a one-hit wonder. Okay, so it's Ardell, and I have the shade brown. Let me see if I can do this. That is the wand. It's just really little. Now it comes out with a lot of product, so I like to take the product off a little bit just because I don't want my brows to be like boom in your face. So yeah. And I do really like this too because it helps my lashes to really hold. And I feel like I get my, did I just say my lashes? My brows to hold, and I feel like I can get this done so much quicker with this tool than me going in with my crayon and then setting it with the gel, which is really nice because everyone wants to have nice brows, but sometimes we just don't want to take that long of a time to do it. Okay, so that's my brows. They definitely look a lot darker. Now I'm kind of paranoid because I feel like that's all I can see. But I know that they'll hold and they'll probably get lighter throughout the day. So that is basically my whole face routine. Sometimes I like to do highlighter, sometimes I don't. Today I'm really not feeling it. I just kind of want to do my blank face for you. My blank face, just subtle, natural face. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys all in my next video. Bye guys.